Hello and welcome. You know, the next decade is shaping up to be a period of really profound transformation. Today, we're going to navigate three fundamental forces that are set to reshape our world: artificial intelligence, the energy that powers it, and the very economics of human life itself. So let's start by understanding the challenge of looking ahead.
Our journey begins with a simple truth. Trying to predict the future is, well, it's an inherently difficult task. But while perfect prediction is pretty much impossible, the act of anticipating what's to come, of understanding the major currents of change, is just crucial for navigating the path forward.
For example, take a look at this forecast. It was made almost 80 years ago in the Atlantic. A demographer, looking at the post-war baby boom, accurately mapped out its entire life cycle, from crowded schools to a packed labor market, and eventually, a huge impact on retirement systems decades down the line. It's a really powerful reminder that some of these long-term trends are visible, if we just know where to look.
And that really gets to the heart of it, right? The point of this whole analysis isn't about making flawless predictions. It's about embracing the idea that by anticipating potential scenarios, even if some of the details are a little off, we can be so much better prepared for the changes that are heading our way.
And this need for preparation is more urgent than ever. And that's because the pace of change itself is speeding up. The last decade has really been defined by the compounding effects of technology, creating a world that is shifting faster than at any point in recent history.
To give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, in just 10 years, the global population has grown by 11%. That's almost 800 million more people on our planet, a jump from 7.3 billion to an estimated 8.1 billion. And it's not just about more people, we've also seen a huge jump in productivity. On average, the output for each worker has gone up by 15% over that same period, which is a clear sign of just how much technology and the economy are evolving. So let's move to our first major force and see how this builds. Okay, so that brings us to the first of our three big shifts: the unprecedented development and adoption of artificial intelligence. And this isn't just a small incremental change, it's a genuine revolution in how we process information and create value.
And just look at how fast this is all happening. It took the internet 7 full years to reach its first 100 million users. More recently, TikTok did it in 9 months. But then ChatGPT came along and hit that same milestone in just 2 months. That shows an extraordinary, almost breathtaking acceleration in how quickly a new technology can become a huge part of our lives.
Right now, today, AI is already incredibly sophisticated, helping with everything from healthcare diagnostics to personalized education. By 2030, we can expect these capabilities to be even more powerful and widespread. And if we look further out to around 2035, there's a serious scenario where we could see human-level general intelligence, AI that's capable of tackling humanity's biggest challenges, from climate change to disease. So what does this all mean for the economy? Well, the numbers are just staggering. This productivity boom could add nearly $48 trillion to the cumulative global GDP by the middle of the century. This isn't just another tech trend. It's a fundamental economic shift, on the same scale as the steam engine or the discovery of electricity. But of course, this AI revolution doesn't happen in a vacuum. It needs fuel, and its fuel is energy, an enormous amount of it. This leads us to our second major force: the complete rethinking of our energy infrastructure to power this new era of intelligence. And right away, we run into a pretty big challenge. Data centers, which are the physical backbone of AI, are projected to more than double their share of U.S. electricity demand by 2030. They're expected to go from 3% today to over 7%. That kind of massive spike in consumption puts immense pressure on our current energy grid, and it's going to require an equally massive response. The good news, though, is that a solution has been quietly developing right alongside this problem. Over the last 15 years, the cost of generating electricity from new solar power plants has just plummeted by about 88%. This dramatic and continuous drop in the price of renewable energy is a really critical piece of the puzzle for the AI era. And if we look even further down the road, there's another game-changing technology on the horizon: nuclear fusion. By basically mimicking the process that powers the sun, fusion promises a source of clean, safe, and virtually limitless energy. It's possible the first commercial plants could be operational as early as the 2030s, which would just fundamentally alter the entire global energy landscape.
All right, so that brings us to our third and final shift. And this one is, well, it's probably the most personal of all. While AI redefines intelligence and new technologies redefine energy, advancements in biotechnology are starting to redefine the human lifespan itself. And that creates a whole new economics of longevity.
Now, it's really important we draw a line between two different ideas here. Life expectancy is simple. It's how long we live. But healthy life expectancy, or health span, is how many of those years we spend in good health. In the US today, there's a 12-year gap between the two. That means many people are living longer, but they're spending those extra years managing diseases. Closing that gap is the new frontier. It's about adding life to our years, not just years to our life.
And the payoff for improving our health span is just massive, economically speaking. By delaying the onset of age-related diseases and giving people more healthy, productive years, just a 2-year increase in life expectancy could generate somewhere between $7 and $21 trillion in economic value in the US alone.
But as with our other trends, this amazing progress brings its own set of challenges. Longer lives require more resources. As you can see here, the projected gap in retirement savings is massive, and it's growing. It's on track to hit $70 trillion in the US and an astounding $400 trillion globally by 2050. Supporting these longer lives is going to require us to completely rethink our financial systems and even the very structure of a typical career. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. We've got a revolution in intelligence, a total transformation in energy, and a fundamental redefinition of what it means to live a long life. So how can we prepare for these seismic shifts? Well, the takeaways are pretty clear. For businesses, it means incorporating AI to drive innovation and efficiency. It means managing the near-term risk of higher energy prices while also planning for a future where energy is cheaper and more abundant. And finally, every organization is going to have to rethink its approach to a world where both its employees and its customers are living longer, healthier lives.
And that really leaves us with one final, and I think, essential question to ponder. As these foundational pillars of our world, intelligence, energy, and health, are being fundamentally remade, we're left to contemplate what will emerge as the new basis for progress, for prosperity, and for human potential in all the decades to come.